Among the top 30 Chinese game publishers going global, more than half have started urgently integrating third-party compliance solutions over the past 4 months. Over the past few years, the big topics at their meetings were user acquisition, genre selection, localization, and monetization. Compliance? It was at the bottom of the list, something to put off as long as possible. But now they're all rushing to get compliant. Why? Because someone got burned, and badly. Epic was hit with a $520 million fine, and a major domestic tech giant was also heavily penalized over child protection issues. What's even more alarming is that regulators have started sending formal notices directly to Apple and Google, requiring them to notify developers to rectify issues or face App Store removal. Last month, KID hosted an offline salon in Beijing, and they invited me to co-promote it. The event featured KID's co-founder, along with guests from Perfect World, FunPlus, Hologroup, and an overseas compliance expert from a leading social media platform. My biggest takeaway from the entire session, the tide for game going global, has completely turned. Hi everyone, I'm Roski. In today's video, I've distilled the most critical insights from that salon to tell you what's really happening in this industry and what you need to do about it. Right at the start of the event, Wang Rossi, KID's China GM, said something that stuck with me. Over the past 4 months, our business has seen explosive growth. More than half of the top 30 Chinese publishers going global have already partnered with us, and that number is still climbing. This growth rate is highly unusual. Let's be real, when it comes to compliance, everyone used to drag their feet and cut corners. So why are the top players suddenly volunteering to get compliant? The answer is simple. Someone got burned, and it wasn't a small scratch. In the past 2 years, major players like Epic and top domestic companies have paid a heavy price for non-compliance regarding minors. Epic's settlement alone hit $520 million, with a staggering $245 million of that specifically for dark patterns and deceptive design. But what truly sent a chill down the industry's spine wasn't the fine itself, it was the ensuing long-term oversight and remediation obligations. After a penalty, a company may have to submit ongoing reports, undergo regulatory monitoring, and prove over many years that they've actually fixed their child protection systems. For global publishers, this is far more crippling than a one-time fine because it affects subsequent version updates, operational cadence, compliance overhead, and brand reputation. What's more, the platforms are now being dragged into it too. Timothy, KID's co-founder and chief legal officer, mentioned on site that many regulators are now sending direct letters to Apple and Google, asking them to notify developers to fix issues. If they don't comply within a certain time frame, the product could be delisted. For publishers, that's far more lethal than a financial penalty. For a long time, many teams operated in a grey area. They'd make games with cartoonish art but slap on a high age rating, deliberately skip age verification steps, and use "we didn't know" as their legal shield. There was an unspoken understanding. As long as there was no clear data proving minors were in the game, they could dodge strict compliance responsibilities, but the rules have fundamentally changed now. At the end of last year, the App Store and Google Play rolled out brand new age signal APIs, like the Apple Declared Age Range API, officially transmitting verified user age data back to developers. On the surface, it's a technical update. In essence, it changes the legal standard. Once your product connects to these age APIs and receives clear user age data, it legally constitutes actual knowledge. From that point on, the excuse "I didn't know there were minors using my product" no longer holds water. Timothy also shared an interesting piece of trivia on site. The ubiquitous 13-year-old threshold we see today comes from the US COPPA Act. But this number wasn't the result of precise research on digital products in the internet age. It was inherited from studies in the 1970s about whether children could understand advertising. That somewhat arbitrary age boundary ended up shaping internet product design for over 2 decades. But today's products are completely different. Games have gacha, loot boxes, chats, UGC, and in-app purchases. Social apps have stranger matching, live streaming, and algorithmic recommendations. AI products can chat, roleplay as partners, and offer emotional comfort. The old, crude rules just can't keep up with today's product landscapes. You might be wondering, since compliance is this important, where are the actual risk points? Which features and designs will get you in trouble? In the next episode, I'll break down the 5 compliance red lines Timothy summarized on site and detail what the 3 high-risk sectors, games, AI, and social apps, need to watch out for. These are solid, practical insights that will determine whether your product gets fined or delisted. I'm Roski, and I'll see you in the next one.